I swear she does it every service. She walks around to every table and she goes, "Hello, my name's Nino." I think I put those back in the frame while I was cleaning my glasses and I poked the fucking lens out. Hello, everybody. My name is Dale Salvador. Welcome back to the collective. I am Dale Salvador, and this is the Quintessential Quintuplets soundtrack for season 1. Yep, I didn't turn that mic off accidentally. Cool. Alright, glasses somewhat clean, now with fingerprints all over them, I can begin the Vizio. Nice. And yes, I'm doing an anime soundtrack, take it or leave it. I've been doing a lot of spooky music lately, and need to get a bit of a change here and there. So, this is not the first anime soundtrack I wanted to do, but I just happened to be listening to it today for the first time in full. And usually with these videos, I usually re-listen to the album right before I turn the camera on, and this happened to be fresh in my mind, so I'm doing it right now. So this is the soundtrack for Season 1 of the anime from 2018, the Quintessential Quintuplets. Now, it is a standard harem rom-com anime. Nothing exactly too special about it. It is enjoyable, but nothing exactly to write home over. I found it quite enjoyable. I think I gave it like a 6 or 7 out of 10. I don't know. It was good. Point being, the soundtrack actually, I don't want to say it's good. I don't want to say it's bad either. It's complicated. And here's the thing, right? The first half is actually really, really good. Incredibly good. In a very interesting way, too. And the last half is, we'll get there, actually. So, the reason why this soundtrack is so good, especially in the first half, is, first of all, it's a lot of orchestral stuff going on. You know, there's a lot of nice finger-style guitar. There's a lot of nice pianos and other things. You know, you get some, some non-conventional instruments in there sometimes, like ukulele or these weird flutes or something in my eye. Damn it. And, lots of, interesting things. Sometimes you get some, electric guitar in there and stuff. Jesus. Man, this sucks. Well, you get some, so, damn it. This was after a horrible start. There's some unconventional stuff here and there. You got some ukuleles, got some, electric guitar here and there on acoustic settings, but, same thing. And, just some general, oddness amongst the usual, celestial bells and pianos and strings and all that kind of stuff. But what's really cool about this is all these songs are under, like, a minute, or under, like, a couple minutes, under, like, 3 or 2 minutes. A lot of them are actually, like, 1 minute something, 122, 107, 151, etc., etc. But even though these are orchestral pieces, they have a lot of actually modern pop sensibility into them, into the melodies, which are often extremely catchy, into just how they're orchestrated and laid out and how they're just written, all the parts, and just how it's engineered in a certain way. Because, they will take, obviously it's all instrumental. There's no vocals on this album because it's all background music, right? I mean, there could be vocals on other ones, but, on this one, it's instrumental. So where you'd have a cool vocal line, there is like a string section doing a little melody line, or maybe you have some pianos or with layered with xylophones or whatever have you. And it's really interesting because, like, again, it has like a pop sensibility to it and how it's written. The first half of the album is incredibly catchy, and there's a lot of varieties too. You have, for at least the character themes, at least for the main 5 girls here, you have some more classical oriented ones with Miku's and Ichka's theme. Actually, Nino's theme is really cool, I find, because it takes these like cluster chords on a piano and makes a really interesting beat with them. And they have some, odd cowbell and other, electronic-ish type percussion to, again, give it like a very modern feel. And it's very, very interesting from a compositional point of view. And of course, you have, before I get too further and forget, I'll finish this authors. Not having an ADHD moment, goddamn. The first 2 songs, The Quintessential Quintuplets and the Quintuplets theme both have other songs that reference them throughout the rest of the album. And mainly after the character themes, you have a couple like there is I think Father's theme references it a bit. Um, there's also the Quintessential Quintuplets Daily Life, which is really good, which has a lot of switching back and forth between different instruments like clarinet and such. And then you also have Quintuplets, the Quintuplets theme Daily Life, not confused with the Quintessential Quintuplets Daily Life, which is a different song. But they reference, the respective songs. I think the most variety you see is in the character themes. As I said before, there's the ones with the classical touches, like Miku's theme and such, which I think honestly is the weakest of the themes, especially when you have, the bop that's Nino's theme, and you have the very cool, laid back, almost jazz kind of in Fuutarou's theme. You also have with Raiha's and Yotsuba's theme, you have these very wacky, I guess, songs with xylophone, ukulele, some weird flutes, and which makes sense, and they reflect the characters actually really well, because one is a dumb child, and one is literally 7. But yeah, I mean, that's funny if you watch the show. It's never mind. Anyways, yeah, a lot of the character themes actually really they'll take different genres, but they represent the characters they're written after very well. Actually, again, the Fuutarou's theme being the main guy. It's cool jazz and stuff. The more reserved girls have a more classical minimalist approach, etc., etc. I think it's actually very clever compositionally. Not unheard of course, but it's still nice. It's a nice added touch. It's a nice attention to detail. It's nice. It's nice that it's there. School Activities was probably one of the better songs of the first half as well. You have I'm forgetting how it goes now. Damn it. Hold on. Damn it. I do this all the time. I hate this. All right, I listen to a couple of tracks. Give me a break. This album's 47 songs long. Jesus, give me a break here. School Activity is pretty good, actually. Now that I remember which one it is. That's the one I was talking about before, which has the back and forth between different instruments, like the piano to clarinet, other things. One of the catchier tracks there, a bit more laid back. The Quintuplets theme, the second track, is also really good. I think that's the one that has the most orchestral side and the most electronic pop side to it, but they also meld extremely well together. The main melody is also just incredibly good. Over in the middle part, you have Bad Atmosphere, which has some good fingerstyle guitar. I'm pretty sure it's the one I'm thinking of. There's a lot of songs on here. And then you have Alluring Suspense, which honestly, I have watched a lot of anime. Whenever you have, fortunate accidents, there's always some, they always go, all right, we got to make a song with a saxophone, and it's always very sleazy sounding. This actually is not that. It actually, for once, does something other than that. There's still saxophones, but there's also, some other types of horns in there, and it's not the usual song, because usually in a lot of other anime I've seen, it'll be a stereotypical, there's a saxophone solo of some kind, some weird wahs and wonky synths, the very usual pattern. And this is a nice break from those usual patterns. It has there's actually no synths, I think, on this one. There's other horns. It's just actually good. It's better, it's a nice change of pace. If you've heard of the other ones before, on its own, it's fine. But at least for me, because again, I've heard a lot of these types of songs before, it's nice to have a bit of a change of pace. You also have the song "The Unstoppable and Undeucable Mouth." I assume they meant I assume they meant undeductible. I assume, but I could be wrong. But this song, weirdly enough, it sounds like it'd be from like an older, like an oldies show, like oldies kind of stuff. So like I don't know about 30s, but it just has that kind of very similar oldies, ragtimey swing kind of vibe, but it's not totally there. It's supposed to be in the clarinet line. I think it's a clarinet. I don't know. But it has that kind of old school whimsy to it that's just really interesting. Now, the last half of this album, there's not a lot I can say about the album as a whole, even, outside of specific tracks, because, a lot of the tracks kind of doing the same thing with enough changes to make it interesting. Like, yes, still orchestral, but they're using different instruments in different ways, and they're putting some different genres in there, and, it's enough to keep it interesting. The problem is, for the first, 20-ish songs, it's really good. And then, for some reason, the last half, it's a vast decline. I don't know why. All the catchy hooks just go away. All of the cooler combination of things also go away a lot more too. There's a lot less cool combinations of genres and styles in the last half. And although they're doing things differently, there's a lot of songs on the first half that just do the same thing, but just better on the first half. So, honestly, the second half is, honestly, pretty forgettable. And the interesting thing is that I've actually looked up who the writers for this album. I actually do want to show them. Oh, no, breaking the fourth wall, shit. These three right here. Natsumi Tubachi, Hane Nakamura, and Mika Sakurai. Those are the composers for the album. If you notice here, they have about equal writing credits. I assume they've written these solo, but they have about equal writing credits for all of these. So I can't say the first half is one person and the second half is another person, because not only is it three different people, but just, they're equally doing all the first half and all the last half, which is really interesting, because it's such a change. I would think it's a different composer, but it's not. So again, interesting. One of the only songs I found that's actually good on the second half is a song called Solidarity. That one is really good. It's really good in the way that track 2 is the Quintuplets theme. It's very similar to that track, and it's a very similar tone where you have some, uppity synths and stuff. It's just a bit more laid back, just a little bit. The longest song I think on this album is the last one, Neo Wedding Ceremony song. Jesus. Which, honestly, I don't want to say the worst, but I don't know. It's kind of the same as the other songs. The other songs in the second half, just, it's just twice as long for some reason. And there's a weird, I think it's a song, I'm pretty sure. There's a weird dated 80s synth on it. Once, just that's it. On the first half. And then like a minute and a half-ish later, it comes in again. Albeit mixed way better. But it's just very strange that you have this, these orchestral instruments in the first half and just bam, and it's just there and very obvious in the mix. I'm pretty sure it's a song I'm thinking about. If it's not, if you listen to the second half, you will know it when you hear it. I don't know what the synth is called, but everyone's heard this damn synth. And it is just right there. It's in your face. So if it's not this song, you'll know which one it is if you listen to the second half yourself. So here's the thing, right? I want to give this album like an 8 or so, because it's that good and that creative to me. However, the second half really brings the curve down. So it gets to like a 5, I think. Maybe a 4, I don't know. I think, because the second half, it's not even the second half, it's like the second and third of the album. The first third is great, but I feel like if it was its own disc, it'd be again like an 8, but it's an album, I mean. But when you have the context of the next 30 or so tracks, geez, not as enjoyable. But again, that first half is really good. If I feel like if you're going to listen to this, just listen up to track, what is it, like 20 or something? Let me check one he wants. Let me check. Just listen up to track, um, literally up to like, up to 22, and then listen to Solidarity 27, and then there you go. You know, I'd probably even say go up to like 20. I'd say you can probably go up to 25, maybe, and you're good. The last thing I'll say, I don't know why this is the case. I might be wrong, but when I was watching this show for the first time, there's a song that was used in the show that I cannot find anywhere. I don't know where it is. It's not listed on the album, even though it should be. I listened to the whole thing now and it's not there, but it's one of the piano songs with strings as like a melody, and it is really good. I actually learned it on my piano back there, my keyboard, I guess, because I couldn't find it, and I don't know where it is. But yeah, whatever song that one is called, it's also really good. That's all I can say. That's it. Yeah, that's good for first bit.